What's up everyone, this is ScherBR talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be talking about Romancing Saga UniverSe community live stream that happened yesterday on Square Enix Twitch channel. There were a lot of things announced, there is new content, a new banner, and we can kinda understand what's about to come in the game because of what they are celebrating this month. Well, the first light already shows upcoming 2022 Round 1 celebrations. There are pictures of SaGa Game Boy characters here in the back, and I believe that this month will be just about SaGa Game Boy, with some surprise in the middle maybe, but more focus on SaGa Game Boy games. Then we have a new Platinum Ticket Summon. I guess is one will add Strumican and Arthur. I don't remember them being added in the last special limited Platinum Ticket, and it's gonna last for 2 months. That's nice, and I believe this will drop from Conquest and maybe some other events from the month. The next slide showcases the new banner. This banner here is exactly like it was in JP. I mean, the characters, but all of them got buffed. There are 2 bosses from SaGa Game Boy games, Arsenal and Haniwa, and 2 characters from Romancing Saga UniverSe, Barthélemy and Melissa, mother and father of Polka and Liz. Then we'll be talking about them in the end of the video. Now we have information about the characters. Arsenal is a gun user, Haniwa is a martial artist, Melissa is a mage with support, and Barthélemy is a pierce damage dealer. He's not a mage with this version, but you can still inherit spells, but he's not focused on it. Then we have here what's about to come. 2000 missions on home screen for the first part. Battle with Arsenal. It seems like Battle with Haniwa will happen a little after. Both events have the same HK caps. That means 20 more than story mode right now. The Conquest is called the Magi Legend, and this is a Conquest that we were supposed to get alongside Apollo banner, but since we got Apollo banner before original release, then we are getting it now with a delay. There's also some jewel sales. Next slide showcases a little more about the Conquest. That's gonna last for 3 weeks. Good enough time for us to beat. I hope that they don't release this without changing from JP. We don't have as many players. And then information about the Conquest again, just like the same, nothing new. You drop more stuff when the boss is not complete yet. And there's a new type of Ezra here. It's very nice. I think it's a little of a steel look. There will also be new weapons to be forged, and materials will drop as well. So good, you can farm a lot of things. And here we'll have the last boss will be Apollo himself, and many of the enemies will just be from SaGa Game Boy. I really love what they did with the sprite art of these characters. Very nice touch. This is the information about the limited quantities. Every day you'll be able to farm some materials for forging. And then we'll have Battle with Arsenal. That's gonna last for 2 weeks, and this one will also allow you to farm status. 1890s, remember, always 10 more than what it shows. And I guess this is related to Battle with Arsenal. You get this drop, it's a beast meat, and you can purchase things on the shop. And that's versions of Haniwa and Arsenal. This is important for their builds. Then we have some new equipment. This SS, the boots, gear. Forging materials will give you different equipment, but they are just kind of too similar, don't worry. And there will be 10 times drops every day. This is standard. And here we have the SS style of Arsenal. Like I said, important for his build. Battle with Haniwa. It's good that we get the return of S version of Haniwa as well, because it was given out a lot of time ago. This one will also last for 2 weeks, happens on day 2. And Haniwa is nice because he's weak to everything, so you can test all types of build. I hope we can also start this fight with all BP maxed, so we can kinda use it as an alternative to Seeker's Path. And we can get 200 gold pieces just by defeating him. I think with 200 runs, you'll be getting all of these gold pieces. And then in the end, they gave some presents, 500 jewels, testaments of mights, and orb medals. And you have to claim this before 11. So I guess this presentation gave a lot of ideas here. I believe that the next banner may be original characters from SaGa Game Boy 2. That means Dune or Arthur, how he called it here on global. So now we are on our srstb.com, and the first character we talk about is Haniwa. Haniwa is a martial artist with focus on STR and agility, and has a 25% chance to counter direct attacks with 7 Sword. This is an attack that hits between 4 to 7 times, if it hits 7 times, like one of the best attacks in the game, but it's slash and it triggers only 25% of the time. It's not reliable, and we just got the last version of Boston, a counter specialist that uses slash and blunt and debuffs STR, so well, Haniwa does not win on this. Then the second passive buffs STR, Endurance, Dexterity, Agility, Intelligence, Will, Love, and Charisma. Every status, but only 5%, and also heals himself by around 150. He gets an increase in damage, only 20%, and also further increase when counter-attacking. So I don't think that this guy is reliable, or even that strong. He gets access to Temblor, an AoE blunt attack that's actually pretty powerful for the coast, but he doesn't have so many damage passives anyway. He can stun if you want to use him for Remembrance Battle, and Conflagration is pretty powerful on turn 1 with hit damage. He can inherit 7 Swords, but his attack cannot be used on turn 2, only on turn 3, so it's not so good. But he does have mini Conflagration, so you can keep the AoE hit damage with this. Now we can talk about Arsenal. He is a gunner, focused on Dexterity, Endurance, and Agility. 115% Dexterity is pretty nice with 110 Endurance too. So he's gonna be used against physical types, and he gets 1 BP on the end of a turn and cleanses. That's nice. Starts the fight with 10% increase in damage and 2 BP, and has fired up. So a total of 40% increase in damage at all times. Starts with 12 and has access to 4 BP every turn. So the strongest attack is Force Blaster, 4 hits of blunt damage, and he heals himself with each hit around 600 HP heal on total. This is pretty similar to Global X Mikhail. Mikhail can also heal 4 times with a 4-hit attack. His attack is only 9 VP. Force Blaster is 12, but he has also much more power with this character. Both can use every 3 turns, so they are very comparable. Because guns have different damage mechanics, you will see a lot of damage on this attack. Then we have Smasher, an AoE attack that he can use it once, or a single target attack called Mega Smasher that he can use after Force Blaster, but only on turn 3. Then his asset style has 3 powerful inheritances. The first one, Sharp Shot, it's 1 BP for C Power 15 mod, very nice, so that he can save BP to use some other powerful attack, like he can just cycle between Sharp Shot and Mega Smasher. Then he has Heavy Nullifier. This is just like Buff Break, but for all enemies. No one can do this in the game right now. And Star Catastrophe, a very powerful attack. AoE, S Power 44, Blunt and Sun. This is much stronger than Air Support from second version of Fuse, but it doesn't have the morale up. But you can still use them together. But this one is not fast. You have to work carefully with the formation. A very powerful character with a lot of mechanics. Then the next one is Melissa. She is a support mage with heal. She has a focus on intelligence, but that's not so high. Will and Love. She can heal on the end of a turn and recover 3 BP. When she heals people, she gets a buff to all status and recover herself. That's just like Global X Sasha. She was based on Sasha. And on the end of a turn, she has 37% chance to remove all allies debuffs. This is kind of useful for an Abyssal Naga fight on War Tower 240, because this removes all that Love and Charisma debuff, allowing you to kind of heal sometimes. Then she recovers with Revitalizing Water, that also allows everyone to amplify this. It recovers HP, buffs Endurance, and gives 1 BP. It's a better heal. Then she gets an AoE attack with Morale Down. You can use this 3 times in a row. It's not that bad, but she's not exactly a powerful unit. She does not have a single damage passive. It's just for boss fights where you want to apply Morale Down, so the boss has lower damage. Then the third one is a support skill that's competing against the latest version of Monica. She gives a very small HP heal, 1 BP, and a defense boost stance. This was changed in global. Defense boost stance can be used together with guard up and can even stack with itself or other sources. So that's actually pretty nice, but 9 BP cost is a little prohibitive. As for Barthélemy, he's a dexterity based character. He got a buff to his endurance. He has better resistance, has high intelligence, and he has a very unique gameplay. He has 37% chance to evade any type of attack, just like Mystic Asilus and other characters. He gets a dexterity buff of 15% and 1 BP when he attacks. This is actually one of the best passives in the current game. And fired up 6, 30% increase in damage. Well, he's supported by his skill number 1, a 0 BP but 1 LP skill that gives him an evasion stance for 1 turn. That means that he will not take any damage for that turn. You can use him as an off tank in some formations where you have increased aggro, and he can even use this 5 times. He will be using this after Blaze Rush. This is his main attack. This one hits between 2 to 4 times, and it's both pierce and heat. His dexterity will be buffed every time that he attacks, and this was changed in global in JP 7 BP. You can just keep attacking, buffing yourself, and when you want, you can just try to enter evasion stance to survive. So by 6 BP, this compares also for Alicid. She has a 6 BP attack that hits between 2 to 4, but she does not have a buff when she attacks. That's why he becomes even better. And Stinger is an attack that can inflict instant kill. With 105% chance, he's gonna instant kill targets with resistance as well. Barthélemy is good, and if you are using older Barthélemy, that means that you now have access to physical as well. So you are training one character, getting 2 different results. That means that you get more out of a single character. Well, with that said, I have to say that this banner, just because it has 4 characters, it can be considered a silver award, but it still is one of the easiest banners to skip. I love Arsenal and Barthélemy because they can do something a little different than the competition. Haniwa is just not important, and Elisa is, well, clashing with other support units that offer much more. But if you like the characters, I must say that Barthélemy and an Arsenal are the best ones here. But I suggest you to wait for the next banner announcement to see if it's better. It may be Dune or Arthur, how it's called on global, and he's an exceptional farmer, but that banner only has 3 styles, so you can wait and decide later. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you still haven't, and if you want to support the channel, there are links on the description. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.